welcome to MetroArts. I'm your host, Naksheen Nassif. Here on MetroArts, we highlight some of the best in the business, from fine artists, photographers, and performing artists to cinematographers and musical artists, all from the Metro Detroit area. On today's show, we have artist and designer Erik Nordin, Ballet Renaissance alum and model Naima Mora, and hip-hop artist PL. We'd like to welcome the co-owner of the Detroit Design Center, artist and designer Erik Nordin, to the Midtown studio. Hello.
Hi, Naksheen. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for coming today.
Oh, our pleasure. My pleasure.
Okay, so over the past year, the Detroit Design Center has made a splash in the Metro Detroit area. So take us back to 2001. How have you guys evolved since then?
Like you said, our company started in 2000, actually. 2000 was the starting date. And we originally were doing a lot of work in restaurants and nightclubs. And we did that for several years. From there, we moved into doing more residential work along with some of the restaurant work. Started developing some furniture pieces. And it was late in, say, 2008, 2010 range where we started to do more corporate work that would be, as well as outdoor sculpture, things that were more fine art, a little less functional.
So you're doing everything?
We like to do a little bit of everything. We always like to explore, you know, and we try to think things that are, challenge us and
to make you better.
Yeah, just something new and fun, right? It's one-of-a-kind pieces of what we kind of, we centralize our work on.
Okay, so your portfolio is certainly diverse. Can you explain what's in it and how we can, what exactly?
Well, we've done from the residential standpoint, we do gates and railings. From the corporate standpoint, we've done corporate awards. We did the Live Work Play Award for the celebration they had this summer downtown. Various companies kind of competing. So anything from gates, railings, lighting, and more sculptural work. We're really getting into more outdoor city work. There's 4 different cities in Metro Detroit now that are, kind of featuring our pieces.
So every corner I'm going to turn, I see, oh, Erik in Israel.
We hope it's that way.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we have 6 pieces out in Brighton, Michigan now that are larger scale, like, around the 16-foot range. We have one in Birmingham, one in Beverly Park and Beverly Hills, and one downtown. So we're slowly growing. Growing.
So I know you have a certain way of developing pieces. Can you tell us, like, step by step, how you go through the process? We feel our process, we call it our process, is unique to the way our business is run. When interacting with clients, we really look to, in a way, interview them or try to really get to know them, so that when we're developing a piece, it connects with them directly. It's not just about what they like, but more about them as a person. Like feeling.
Yeah, feeling, we had a client that just liked the outdoors or nature. Every person's a little different. And once we get that information, we really work hard to, when the piece is finished, to have it connect with the client where they really feel like, it's a part of them as much as it's, an object in their space.
So they'll keep coming back.
Yes.
So I know you have an amazing piece, the aquarium. Tell me how you even thought of this.
Well, it's great. We sat down with one of our corporate clients, and we were having a meeting, and we were talking about several other pieces that they were going to commission us to do. And it was, the conversation was brought up that they were putting an aquarium in the space. It was already planned. And my partner, Israel, my brother, mentioned, to this client, have you ever seen glass underwater? And the client kind of looked perplexed and said, no, no. And he said, well, let us play around with it. And we started playing around with ideas. And it was about, was it back in November that we did a TEDx special on the aquarium. But essentially, it's a 10-foot by 3.5-foot tall, about 30 inches deep. It's a 700-gallon tank, if my memory serves me correct. The guys from Tank actually built the actual structure of itself. But it is a total of 122 pieces of blown glass.
So cool.
It has how many different species? 22 species that we basically tried to emulate real living coral because we wanted to be representative of what it was like under the ocean. We did a lot of experimenting with algae effects, with lighting, just, a whole plethora of things. The landscape alone, we probably took with 122 pieces of glass, some of them break when you're making them.
Yeah.
We had a team of glass blowers that we work with, to create this thing over 4 months. But the landscape to kind of like create something that looks like it's real. There's a lot of work that goes into, making groupings of species and having, just a flow and architecture that goes up and down. We played around with things like macro versus micro. Like one of the things I said to my brother was we want to make sure that when people look at the tank, the aquarium, that they
want to swim in it.
Well, they want to swim in it, but as well, they want to walk up to it and get their face 6 inches from it. Or if they stand back 10 feet from it, is a completely different, because that's how it is with the coral reef. I've done a lot of diving, and when you're down there, you can get something that's 6 inches in diameter, and it's just as interesting as if you're looking at this giant thing with thousands of fish. So trying to bring all those dynamics in. And one of our favorite things about it was the lighting. It has cycles of the day. And there's a kind of a 3-phase kind of a lighting, but we've recreated with halide lighting the kind of sun beams that come through the water and shimmer. We've recreated some of the actinic effects in lighting, which is when you go to depth in water, you lose colors of the rainbow, and you lose red and orange and yellow the deeper you go.
So Erik, you kind of make me want to become a fish right now, because I want to swim all through that aquarium.
That was sort of the goal of the piece. One of the coolest things from my brother and I was after the piece was assembled and we were adding fish to it, we were sitting there one night kind of looking things over, and I looked in and I saw what I thought was a fish, but it actually had morphed itself or kind of camouflaged itself to look exactly like one of the orange crackle brains. And I looked at my brother and I said, "Is that a fish?" And he said, "That is a fish." And the fish actually had, kind of morphed itself to our environment, which we thought was that we had succeeded.
Like he's home.
Yeah, exactly. That
swimming around, I'm home.
It was just so cool. And then to also add in that nature just always blows away anything any human could do. So.
That's so cool. So I know you touched base on projects outside of the Metro Detroit area. Can you tell me some of the projects you currently have here?
In 2012, 2 of our highlights were we did a very large sculptural menorah that we were commissioned to do that was for the Hanukkah celebration. It was our largest piece to date. It was 25 foot tall. It had electrical lighting as well as flame lighting for the ceremony. And I think they had several thousand people down to enjoy, the whole unveiling of it and the presentation and the whole everything was fantastic. And then for New Year's we were commissioned to do the ball, as they called it. Yeah,
I saw it.
And it was a lot of fun. Our inspiration, instead of kind of mimicking what New York does, we thought it'd be cool to. And we had seen a firework in our mind when New Year's comes, you close your eyes, what do you see? Yeah. And also to kind of also metaphorically represent the explosive growth that's happening and the attention that Detroit's getting. So that one was just a fun, when we were setting it up, there was several hundred people down there, and we went down around 11:30 and there was close to 14,000.
Wow.
So yeah, so it was pretty, it was pretty special to see that, and also just be able to be, we are so about Detroit, and we've been working in the city now for a long time and living in the city, so for us to be able to do something like that, really means a lot.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah, great.
What can we expect from you in 2013?
I think looking forward, we're hoping, we're working now on getting our gallery. We want to have a showroom somewhere downtown, and we have different locations we're exploring now, but somewhere to showcase our pieces for clients to stop in. They're always welcome by our studio for private tours of the studio. It's in Southwest Detroit. But we'd also like a place to kind of be able to sit down and display our artwork and, more of a kind of a showroom atmosphere.
I'm going to come look at everything.
Well, we invite everybody down. Just, give us a call or visit our website.
Okay, so where can we locate
our
you?
website's DetroitDesignCenter.com.
Okay.
And we're also on Twitter at Nordin Brothers, @NordinBrothers. And those are the 2 easiest places to catch us.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being with us today.
Well, thank you, Nakshi. We really enjoyed it.
Thank you. And thank you for watching MetroArts on Detroit Public Television. Our MetroArts crew went on location in downtown Detroit as Ballet Renaissance celebrated its new alumni association. Model Naima Mora is the association's official spokesperson and came back to Detroit from Fashion Week in New York City. We caught up with her at the Detroit Opera House Dance Studio. The Ballet Renaissance Alumni Day at the Margot V. Cohen Dance Studio in the Detroit Opera House
had the feeling of something coming full circle. It connected the past and the present for an event celebrating 15 years of dancing, expressing, and inspiring children. As the young dancers warmed up for their first lesson of the evening, they were decked out in classical ballet attire. Black leotards, long sleeves, with pink tights for the ladies and white shirts and black tights for the gentlemen. The students' enthusiasm was evident. Their ages ranged from as young as 4 years old all the way up to adults. A reminder that dance truly is all-inclusive. The winner of Cycle 4 of America's Next Top Model and Ballet Renaissance alum Class of 2000, Naima Mora, flew in from Fashion Week to MC the event. I spoke with Mora about what it means to her to become the official spokesperson for the Dance Studio's new Alumni Association.
As an alumni and as a spokesperson of the Alumni Association with Ballet Renaissance, I just really wanted to show my appreciation for Ballet Renaissance by becoming part of the Alumni Association and really giving back to the future generation of dancers now.
The students, now warmed up and ready to go, gathered with friends and parents to listen to opening remarks from Mora. Her love and commitment to dance was front and center at this event 2 days before Valentine's. Ballet Renaissance alum Jessica Thomas from the class of 2004 taught the first lesson of 2 offered on this special evening. A style that is very different, but as equally eloquent as ballet, contemporary dance. Thomas is a Detroit native who has extensive experience as a performer, choreographer, and instructor, performing throughout Detroit, New York City, and Dayton, Ohio. Drummer Magwan Sawandi Kita joins in on the djembe, wearing a traditional West African Bogoloon wardrobe. Kita says the djembe drum has healing sounds and allows him to express his innermost emotions. Kita and his family have connections to Ballet Renaissance dating back to the institution's beginning, so it seems only logical to have Kita present on Alumni Night. Now it was time to pack up the djembe and get ready for first position, pliés, and Peter Tchaikovsky. One of the founding members of the Ballet Renaissance student touring company, Shannon Riley, was also a year 2000 alum with Mora. Riley is a well-trained, well-traveled, and professional dancer. Riley says her dancing career has taken her many places around the country, including a job at Disney World. She says one of the highlights, however, was performing the role of Grans in Jules Perrault's ballet, Pas de Quatre. It is a role that the late Madame Natalie Krasovska set, which means to teach the choreography of. Madame Krasovska was a dancer and instructor. Everything came full circle on Ballet Renaissance Alumni Night, and I got to be right in the middle of all the action. I'm at Ballet Renaissance's Alumni Day, where over my shoulder, students of all ages are learning new dance steps from an alumni student, Shannon. As the evening came to a close and people eagerly anticipated the snacks that awaited them in a nearby room, Mora thanked the students, parents, and attendees for making the Ballet Renaissance Alumni Night such a success. Ballet Renaissance is a non-profit organization that has worked with children and youth for 15 years. Co-founder Brianna Furness says the goal is to bring classical ballet training and dance performance opportunities into the heart of Detroit. Reporting from MetroArts Detroit, I'm Nakshi Nassif. Our next guest is PL, one of Michigan's premier hip-hop artists whose music is burning up the clubs and dance floors and the radio waves with songs like The Coldest, I'm Single, and Me and My DJ. Welcome to the show, PL.
Hey, how you doing?
Thank you for joining us today.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
So I know PL stands for punchlines. Now, do you crack jokes all the time?
A little bit with the people that are close to me, but actually the PL came from punchlines, obviously, and when I was younger, I used to rap for a lot of people, and they were kind of waiting for, you know, the cliffhangers, the lines that would make people say, whoa, that was crazy. So I kind of got that name from those people, my peers who listened to me rap, and they would call me punchlines, and that's a little long, so it kind of got shortened to PL.
So if you don't do your punchlines, you can't be punchline anymore.
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, so when did you know you wanted to be a performer?
Pretty much as soon as I understood what performing was, my mom used to sing a lot. My uncle used to sing, my aunts, everyone. So, you know, that was something that I seen, and I figured this is important. You know, this is something that I can do to express myself because my mother does it and she raised me. So, you know, that's something that I seen at an early age, and I just figured, hey, this is cool, you know.
So it's like a family affair. Everyone's doing.
Sorta, yeah.
Okay, so how did you get started in the rap game?
Rapping, of course, it was a part of my culture, you know. Just growing up with my friends, that's what we listened to. We listened to rap, R&B. I listened to a lot of music, but that was just my major influence. I could find a lot of myself in that music, you know, just being, you know, coming up in the society that I was, you know, coming up in, it was rap.
So it relates to you?
It definitely, totally relates to me. So, you know, just listening to that, knowing that I could express myself, it made me want to, you know, and just even writing poetry or, you know, just writing about what I wanted to be, you know, you could have more of an audience to listen to that if you rapped it, you know, so. That's what I did.
So I know you have a really extensive resume.
Yeah.
You've been on BET's 106 & Park and worked around people such as Rick Ross, D12, and you were on MTV's Made.
Yeah.
How were all those experiences?
Wow, just even listening to that, it's cool to be recognized for something like that, especially when you put, you know, so much hard work into it. You know, working with those artists, it was a blessing because I was just doing me, you know, just being PL, just rapping, you know, and, you know, being around those people kind of lets you know that you're doing something at least. You know, with the MTV Made thing, it was crazy how that became because it was just me being recognized for being, you know, a rapper in Michigan, you know, that's doing something. So, you know, of course the TV segments are a little nerve-wracking because you got one shot to do it, you know, and you gotta nail it.
Makes you feel better.
Yeah. You just gotta nail that every time because that's gonna last for a minute, and it's so many eyes on that, you know. And just like I said, working with the artists, it just lets you know you're on the right path.
Okay. So you've been recording with Jeff Koons from Trackside Recording Studios.
Yeah.
How has that helped you?
It's helped me as an artist tremendously. I just feel like the quality of my music is there now. You never really know until someone else tells you that because you're so stuck in what you're doing.
Exactly.
You can't really pull back, especially when you're working hard. Like, I remember I used to be mixing my own music, you know, writing, of course, my own music, putting it together as a package, everything myself. And you get kind of burnt out easily on that. So just having Jeff was a godsend because it was like...
Backup.
Yeah.
It was backup.
He was just holding me down like, yo, PL, be an artist, man, and I'll take care of this. So, you know, him being around is crazy because I've been working my whole life as far as just doing everything. So now just pulling back, I can make a lot more music.
You've learned.
Yeah, and the quality is there.
So you brought a video for us today, Me and My DJ,
Definitely.
which features a bunch of different DJs from the Detroit area. Can you tell me about it?
Me and My DJ is a dope record to me because it brings a lot of the important things back from hip hop. You know, just recognizing a DJ wasn't something that was like hot back in the day. You know, it was definitely cool, and a lot of people wanted to DJ because you controlled the music. But a lot of people didn't recognize the DJ for doing that. You know, didn't give them the props.
They think they're in the background, whatever.
Yeah. So, you know, I wanted to do something like that for all of the DJs where I'm from. You know, just to show them that, yo, I see you guys. You know what I'm saying? I see your hard work. I see what you guys are doing and how you keep music moving around here. So, you know, I got like a lot of DJs. Most of the hottest DJs in Michigan together in one building. It was crazy. It was real crazy. And it was produced by my homie Dan Johnson. He's produced for Drake, Lil Wayne, Bun B, a lot of people. So he's pretty seasoned.
Well, let's take a look.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Yo, it's your girl, Daisha Michelle. We at the 2013 Me and My DJ battle. We got Michigan's hottest DJs in the building, and we got a special performance from the homie PL. Let's go!
Pull up with my cup filled. Independent with me rolling like the truck wheels. 10 deep in every one of us real. Pockets filled up, but I won't let a buck spill. Ball, so I gotta play. Cold like a hockey skate. Models on me and we popping bottles like a holiday. Full where my pockets say. Fool, you ain't clocking pay. Lex text me, said he got the freaks and he on the way. The party got live when we slid in it. Snoop and Dre, I'm mixing the juice with the gin in it. I ain't even been in here for 10 minutes. And shorty all in my ear saying I'm friends with it. Cause she know who I'm is. Cooler than the freezer in your fridge. What you doing, we already did. Told him pass me the mic and let me handle my biz. Me and my DJ, me and my DJ, yeah. Me and my DJ, me and my DJ, yeah. Me and my DJ, me and my DJ, yeah. Me and my DJ, me and my DJ, yeah. Me and my DJ, me and my DJ, me and my DJ. Me and my DJ, now we got it jumping. Window to the wall with it. Bass knocking like we run the speakers from the cars in it. Cops knocking, so we had to pause with it. Now we back to going hard with it. Me and my DJ, me and my DJ. Partied all weekend, might make it a 3-day. You just keep that moving fast like the freeway. And when you finish dropping low, we gon' need a replay. Lame it, gotta go. Morning we ain't stopping, no. Neighbors tripping, liquor sipping, going full throttle. Hold up, they screaming at the bottles low. I sent them to the liquor store, we copping more. Hey yo, I heard they call her vacuum. Shorty fire, so I'ma call her Erik June. She taking shots, so I know I'm a bag soon. And we ain't got a VIP, but we can hit the bathroom. Me and my DJ, me and my DJ, yeah. Me and my DJ, me and my DJ, yeah. Me and my DJ, me and my DJ, yeah. Me and my DJ, me and my DJ, yeah. Me and my DJ. Me and my DJ. Me and my DJ. Me and my DJ.
So it seems like your rapping is very poetic. Is that something you try to separate yourself with other artists?
Yes and no. I think that in music and performance, you do want to separate yourself because that's how you excel. But at the same time, I think that a lot of people try so hard to separate themselves to where they just get caught up in the shuffle, you know, and they're just another person that's just trying to be way too weird, you know. So definitely, I try to set myself apart from other people by putting a little bit more effort and a little bit more thought and meaning into my music.
By being you.
Yeah. And not everything, you know, like Me and My DJ, it's not just a super hidden meaning in that song. You know, it's just a feel-good record that I felt was, you know, not as popular right now. A lot of people weren't doing that, you know, and sometimes when you touch on things like that, it works.
So do you think people have like a jaded impression of hip hop and rap music on what it kind of portrays to people?
Definitely. I think that people have a jaded impression on everything, you know, especially with music and rap music because it touches so many different cultures. You got white people, you got black people, you got, you know, Arabs, anybody listens to rap, you know, and it's become so universal that opinions are being made by everyone, positive and negative. And of course, that's a bad thing, but you know, you can't stop that. That's something you can't stop, especially at this point because it's so popular. So I think that just embracing the positives is the best thing that we can do as a culture, especially through rap, is just embrace the positives and keep moving because that's the things that truly matter.
That's gonna help.
Yeah.
What's your mission statement as far as rap goes?
I wouldn't call it a mission statement, probably because when I think of a mission, I think, you know, that eventually it's completed. And I don't ever want to stop, you know.
Keep on going.
Yeah.
Where can we find you next?
I got a project coming out called Can't Stop Season. And I'm probably around like 95% done with it. Just kind of, you know, tweaking a couple things with Jeff. And, you know, my management is listening to a lot of records. We're picking the next couple singles. Right now, we got The Coldest. My single right now produced by Kelvin K. Brown. And it's doing well. It's only been out for like, you know, a few weeks. And spins are nice. We're working on the visuals for that. So that'll be out this spring/summer.
So we'll be seeing you
Everywhere.
Well, thank you so much
Definitely,
for joining us. And thank you for watching MetroArts on Detroit Public Television.
No doubt.
Well, we hope you enjoyed today's show. I'd like to thank our guests, Erik, Nordin, Naima, Mora, and PL for joining us today. I'm your host on MetroArts, Naksheen Nassif, reminding you that art is an international language we can all support.